This video is a quick introduction to the concept of renewable sources of power. We will look at several different sources of power, as well as where they originally get their energy from. So we have solar cells and solar heaters, wind turbines, wave generators, tidal generators, hydroelectric dams, geothermal power stations, and biofuels. Solar cells, quite obviously, get their energy from the sun, but that energy store is a nuclear potential energy store. There is a nuclear reaction going on inside the sun, which keeps the sun at a constant temperature. That temperature is so high that the sun is emitting radiation from its surface. So energy is being transferred by radiation to the Earth. Some of that radiation will be absorbed by the solar cells, which causes an electromotive force, which allows a current to be pushed down wires. When that happens, any electrical appliance attached will have energy transferred to it electrically. Wind turbines. These get their energy from the kinetic energy store of the wind. However, the wind itself is caused by temperature differences on the Earth's surface, and these temperature differences are caused by the radiation of the sun. It heats different parts of the Earth at different rates, and so therefore it causes the wind. So again, nuclear potential energy is the real source. Wave generators. Well, waves are simply caused by the wind, and the wind, as we know, is caused by temperature differences, and so therefore the original source again is the nuclear potential energy store of the sun. Tidal generators are slightly different. They initially get their energy store from the gravitational potential energy store. However, this is caused by the moon's gravitational pull, and it is caused by the fact that the moon is orbiting the Earth, and so therefore it is the kinetic energy store of the moon. An interesting thing here is that the moon is doing work on the Earth's oceans due to friction, which is actually slowing down the moon's orbit and causing the moon to drift away from the Earth gradually. Hydroelectric power. This is again a gravitational potential energy store. However, this one is caused by the fact that when the radiation from the sun incidents water, it causes some of it to evaporate. That increases both its thermal energy store and its gravitational potential energy store, because that water will rise up in the atmosphere. When it rains down on mountains and gradually falls. So, even though it is a gravitational potential energy store, the original source is again the nuclear potential energy store of the sun. Geothermal power stations. Now, these get their energy from the thermal energy store of the Earth. Geo means Earth, thermal is similar to heat. And so, in areas of volcanic activity, we can pump water underground, which can then heat up that water, causing water to go through a turbine, or steam to go through a turbine, I should say, and that then drives a generator. So in this case, the original source is the thermal energy store of the Earth. Finally, biofuels. Biofuels are when we grow crops and we burn them. Crops, as we should know, are able to produce food through photosynthesis, and so their original source is the radiation from the sun, which means the nuclear potential energy store of the sun.